So we have definitive evidence now of what we all knew was going on in Sikot, in the mega prison down in El Salvador, where we sent nearly 300 humans. Gilmar Abreu Garcia has said that he was tortured down there. When he arrived, he was greeted by an official who told him, "Welcome to Sikot. Whoever enters here doesn't leave." He lost 31 pounds in 2 weeks. That's starvation, that's stress, that's torture. He was forced to kneel on the ground all night. Anyone that moved or fell over were beaten mercilessly. This is a good time to talk about the horrific satellite evidence of mass graves at Sikot. Okay, this is from a U.S. Air Force veteran, a former mass grave complex and genocide site investigator with real-world experience. His expertise is in analyzing satellite and spy plane imagery for the identification of very specific features and landmarks to locate sites of genocide. He has experience in not only identification and reporting, but also boots-on-the-ground investigations. His bottom line, there is high probability to be a mass grave site. You gotta read his report, because me showing the images on here doesn't do it justice. Why are we even wondering if they're doing horrific things to the prisoners? This is El Salvador. They have a dictator. They have a documented history of human rights atrocities. The government routinely murders and disappears people and dumps their bodies into mass graves. This is well known. This is well documented. Why are we arguing about this? One final piece. This is a New York Times article. Bukele, the dictator of El Salvador, could benefit from MS-13 leaders being let out of U.S. custody. U.S. and Salvadorian officials have said MS-13 leaders are being returned to face justice in El Salvador, but the Times found that American prosecutors have amassed substantial evidence of a corrupt pact between the Salvadorian government and some high-ranking MS-13 leaders who agreed to drive down violence and bolster Mr. Bukele politically in exchange for cash and perks. Investigators had even begun scrutinizing Mr. Bukele himself, and that is why Trump and Bukele made these deals. Some who were part of the federal investigation worry that Bukele wants the gang leaders back to prevent them from revealing damaging information about his government. Bukele gets to hide all the corrupt dealings he made with these MS-13 gang leaders, because now they're not going to testify in U.S. court, and Trump gets to use El Salvador as an extrajudicial site to send all of his political prisoners. They're gonna send political prisoners to El Salvador. They're gonna try to use that fear of being sent to El Salvador to keep the population in line. But I say, fuck that bullshit. If I know that when you snatch me, I'm going to end up in some torture death camp, then that's going to give me every reason in the world to fight you with everything that I have. And that's what I got to say about that. I'm out.